to my channel. I am Kayla.K.Keane, and although this is not my usual schedule for going live, I decided to go live today because I did not like the video that I had made for you guys, so I decided not to post it at 3 p.m. today as per my usual YouTube posting schedule. So instead of posting that video that I really wasn't feeling, I decided to come chat with you a little about anything finance, real estate, or anything else that you want to talk about. Let me just quickly log in my device so that when you get on here, I can read your questions. As you guys know, my live normally take the ask me anything format, which means that it's a very personable type of live. It's not just where I give information, but it's a space for you to ask all your questions that you cannot ask because you might not want to ask them under a video, and it's better to just ask them live where I can actually answer in person. So I see that someone has, well, more than one person have joined me. Thank you very much for joining at this impromptu time. As you know, I normally go live on a Sunday at 6 p.m. And obviously today is a Friday, so thank you for taking a part of your Friday afternoon to spend with me. So you know how I do my lives, guys. I normally tell you what I'm drinking, and then we normally start off with a prayer. So today I'm drinking my favorite beverage, which is water. So I have a big bottle. I haven't been doing so well today because I was kind of busy this morning, but I do plan on making up for not drinking enough water today. So grab something to drink, grab a snack, and let's talk about finances. One thing has been on my mind though, as it relates to, we're all in a pandemic, so the coronavirus is spreading like wildfire in some spheres, and in other spheres it's getting much better. I just want to remind everyone on my live that it's a part of your responsibility to wear your masks, social distance, and also wash your hands or sanitize as soon as possible after touching any objects or so on. So you should have known this from a long time, but some persons are not doing that. So I just want to remind you about that. As it relates to my audio, I don't have in my AirPods, so please tell me in the comment section if my audio is clear. Okay? Let me know if my audio is clear. I should probably just go and grab my AirPods. Hold on a second. Right, so I have my AirPods now, so I'll be more is good enough. All right, guys. So, as I said before, I don't normally go live at this time. So it's kind of, a little new environment. However, I know that some of you have been commenting under my Sunday live to say that you missed the live and so on. So this could be an opportunity for you to ask all your questions. Before I take any questions, though, you can go ahead and type them, though, but let us just say a quick word of prayer. Lord, as we come before you this afternoon, we give you thanks for the opportunity to gather and talk about something productive. Father, I ask that you continue to grant favor to this channel and that you will grant their wishes as it relates to finance and real estate to every subscriber of this channel. Lord, I ask you to bless them in their going out, bless them in their coming in. Let this discussion be fruitful, let it be successful, let it be edifying, and any weapon that is formed against my channel is cancelled in the name of Jesus. Amen. All right. So I see some persons who are just joining. So I was just saying a little prayer as I normally do at the beginning of all of my lives. So thank you very much for joining because as I said before, it's really an impromptu time of day for me to go live. I normally go live on a Sunday, not on a Friday. But I didn't want to post today because I didn't like the video that I had made. So I decided not to post it. So I have two videos. One I didn't edit, the other one I edited, but I just don't like it. So I decided that I wasn't going to post it because I just don't like it. I'm just going to go live instead and chat with you all. So I'm heading into the comment section now. So if you want to ask a question or leave a comment on anything, just go ahead and do so right now. But until then, there's something that I want to talk about also, and that is making money. So, all of us could use an extra box, right? And you can comment in the comment section and tell me if everything is good with you. But for most persons, I know that they could use some extra money right now. So I just wanted to talk about that, ways in which persons can make money for a little bit while I spend some time with you. So, as it relates to making money, one of the first things that people should think about is what they're actually good at. So, I have a belief that says that you'll make more money from the things you are skilled at doing than even your academic qualification. So, for example, you might be a doctor, and I do know someone who is a doctor, and She she's a veterinarian to be specifically, but she's also a hairdresser on the side. So you would wonder to yourself, why would a doctor, somebody who went to school for so many years, studied to become a veterinarian, why would that person then not only be a doctor, but be a hairdresser on the side? But the thing about skills is that skills tend to pay more than you could ever get through your 9 to 5 a lot of times. And the reason for this is, for example, say, let's talk about hair. Women will always want to comb their hair and to look fancy, right? So if it will cost them some extra money, they're going to be willing to fork out extra money and spend it on aesthetics, which is, of course, the hair and whatever. Nails is the same thing. I mean, not all of us are like that because if I don't have any money, obviously I'm going to cut back on those things first. And I can also comb my own hair. However, generally speaking, that is something that women are really interested in and they will spend the extra money on that. Where you have persons who, if they're ill, they will delay going to the doctor for several reasons. They might not like the doctor, going to the doctor, or they might not just treat that as being priority. However, as it relates to the way they look, they are willing to spend a lot of money. So if you have skills, for example, if you're a makeup artist, or you might not be a makeup artist, but you're good at doing makeup, that skill might be something that you want to develop so that you can use it to make an extra income. Because thinking to yourself that, okay, I'm going to work 3 extra hours, I'm going to work 4 extra hours, has not really been proven to make anybody wealthy. So if you plan on building wealth, using your skills is one of the things that you need to think about doing. Okay? All right. So, as we talk about skills, let's talk about the different types of skills that you might have. So, in the comment section, I want you to tell me a skill that you have, and let's talk about how that skill could possibly be turned from just a hobby of yours. For example, if you like to paint, you might do it as therapy too, or you might just do it to pass time or because you have canvas and paint and you don't have anything better to do now in a whole pandemic. So you might just be painting for fun, but that is something that can actually earn you money.
And a good example of that too is, for example, me with this channel and with you who are watching. So I do enjoy, making videos, editing the videos, and so on. And normally I would go live. Before I started my YouTube channel, I used to go live on my Instagram page. So I used to go live every Monday on Instagram actually. And then one day I said to myself, what's the sense in going live on Instagram when the people who are on Instagram are all on YouTube, and YouTube is a platform that can actually be a hobby that pays. So I was like, okay, I really want to make video. I want to educate people about finances. At first, that's what I thought about. And then I added real estate after. But there's also the prospect of earning from having a YouTube channel. So that's a way in which I turned my skill or something I did for fun into something that can actually make some money. I have a comment though. Let me just check what this person is saying. Coleyville says, please remind the audience to give the taxman his dues when utilizing those skills. Road one fix. Thank you, Coleyville, for that reminder. Yes, indeed, for those persons who will become entrepreneurs, paying taxes is a part of what you are required to do. So I just want to remind you, according to Coleyville, to pay your taxes, okay? This is a very big bottle. Yes. Coleyville, are you a tax collector? Do you work in that industry? Do you work at the tax office? Because I find it interesting that you are reminding persons of this. Most Jamaicans don't seem to take paying taxes as seriously as they should. All right, so yes. So you definitely need to think about your skills. And as I was saying earlier, I want you to put your skill in the comment section. And for those of you who have not subscribed, please remember to go ahead and subscribe over here and click the notification bell also. Not only that, give the video a thumbs up. So Coleyville says, no, I work at university. Okay, Coleyville. Thank you for reminding my subscribers to pay their taxes. All right. So, yes, as I was saying, so I used to do the whole live thing free on Instagram, and then I decided to monetize it to make it pay by coming over here. Of course, you can get paid by Instagram too, but the way in which Instagram works as it relates to you getting paid, it's not the platform itself that pays you. But when you have a lot of followers on Instagram, for example, if you get to 100,000 followers on Instagram, what Instagram then does is uh, allow you to have more features on your IG page. So, for example, I don't have many followers on my Instagram page. I have less than 1,000. So, I cannot use a swipe up link in my story on Instagram to come over here to YouTube. So, I can't put my YouTube videos as a swipe up link on my IG page. However, persons who have like 100,000 subscribers, followers on Instagram, they can use a swipe up link. So what they do is allow persons who have events that they need to get out to a wider target audience, especially if they know that, say, for example, you're a young person, say you're 20 years old. So you know you'll have a lot of followers who are also in your age group. So if a party promoter is having a party, they will send the flyer to that influencer, and then they will share it in their story with a swipe up link to your page so you can get attention for your event that you are having. And then you know will pay the influencer for sharing your advertisement on your behalf. So that is how persons make money on Instagram. So if you do have an Instagram page that has a lot of followers, then that is how you can make money from that. So That doesn't completely cover social media, though. There are other ways in which you can make money from having a social media page, simply having a social media page, which most of us already have a social media page. An example of that is you can become a brand ambassador. For example, say I have a company, say Nike that sells sportswear. So if I'm an athlete, say for example Usain Bolt or Tiger Woods or Michael Phelps, then those companies can sponsor you to basically wear their clothes. So you now become a brand ambassador for them, which means you simply wear their clothing with the branding showing, take photos and tag them. So that's another big way in which a lot of persons make money from social media. So I want you to think of different ways in which you can make money, not only use the different platforms or so on, but think about ways in which you can make some extra money from all of these things that you're already doing them. You're already taking photos and posting them. Might as well get paid for it. Who does not want some extra money? So yes, it looked like it's a silent crew watching in the daytime. So I have the talkative folks in the on Sunday evenings, but it looks like the silent crew is watching today. Don't be afraid to comment, and even if you want to ask a question that has nothing to do with making money, you can still go ahead and comment in the comment section. Right, so that was just another way in which you can make money as it relates to the social media aspect of things. But let's go back to the skills. So some of the skills I spoke about earlier was like hairdressing, being a nail technician. But I know that the men who are watching probably feel a little left out. So for the men, what are some of the skills that you have? Some of your skills might be maybe you're a barber, so you can cut hair. I don't think these things are supposed to be things that we take for granted or treat them as being not important. First of all, as a man, if you're watching and you're a man, you know that when your hair needs to be cut, sometimes you look in the mirror and you're like, I don't like the way how I look. And you can't wait until you get a haircut because you really look different without getting that haircut. So all when you're broke, you have to go to the barber and pay for that trim. Luckily for men, it's less expensive than for women because when we go to the hairdresser, we have to pay a lot of money. But when you go to the barber, you don't pay as much. But the thing is, you still have to go. You still have to go. So that means if you have the skill of being a barber, you're never ever going to be broke. And the good thing about having a skill as opposed to just having a 9 to 5 is that your skills are required sometimes even when persons don't plan to use them. So you don't plan to cut your hair till next month, but your friend invites you to a wedding. All of a sudden, you now have to go ahead and cut your hair. So you will have to find whatever the cost of that barber is, you're now going to have to find it, which means that the barber is going to make money right through the month, which is what you also want for yourself. You want a skill that can make you money right throughout the month. I still don't see anybody commenting. Comment, man. Even tell me hi in the comment section. So, as it relates to other skills that you can have now, plumbing is another very good skill to have. I know that a lot of times you will just wake up and you see the front of your pavement wet, so you know that there's a leakage. And guess what? Whether you like it or not, plumbing is a very technical skill, so you'll have to get a plumber to fix the leak because it's not something you can fix for yourself. That spells money, right? That spells money. So that means that you, if you had the skills that that person have, then you could also be making money. So plumbing is something I also think that young people should look into. Colleyville says too lazy to monetize mine. As in, you do have a YouTube channel, Colleyville, but you're too lazy to monetize it, or you're too lazy to monetize your skill. Yes, so for the persons who just joined, remember to give the video a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe right over here if you have not done so already, and click the notification bell so that you can get a notification whenever I post. Yes, so if you're just joining, we're talking about how to make money, and one of the first things that I started with is skills. Or Colleyville is saying that he is too lazy to monetize his skill. Colleyville, what is your skill? Thanks for the persons who are just joining, by the way. Thank you very much for joining. I'm basically coaching persons this afternoon through how to use your skills to make money. We're talking about making money in different ways. I see a comment. If you're just joining, by the way, remember to give the video a thumbs up, okay? Um, Garth Dwyer says, "Hello, Miss Kayla, my future millionaire coach. Thank you. Give your time and money tips." Hey, Garth, thank you very much for watching. Garth is one of my subscribers in Canada. Thank you very much for watching at this impromptu time of the day. As you all know, I normally go live on a Sunday at 6 p.m., and I'll still be going live on Sunday at 6 p.m. However, I didn't want to post the video that I had prepared for today, so I decided to go live instead. Colleyville says, handyman type skills. Cut my own hair actually. Okay, so you're very skilled then. I'm having water today, guys. Right, so if you have skills, you have to use them, turn your hand and make fashion. So if, for example, you're at a job where you're making 1,000 US per month, you could actually make 2,000 US from doing your skills on the side, which is more money. And guess what? You know, the good thing about skills, they don't normally take up a lot of your time. For those of you who are good with uh, garment construction, that is something else that is very good skill to have. If you can make clothing, sheets, curtains, anything that is sewn, anything that is put together. Because the thing is, for example, me, I'd hardly like to go to the tailor or dressmaker to make an outfit, but if you need alterations, then you'll definitely go to your tailor or your dressmaker to adjust those outfits for you. So the thing is, whether you like it or not, you're going to be forking out your money and spending with those persons. So I want you to become the person who is making the money. Yes, another great way. Hi, Dwayne. Dwayne Bennett says, I'm here. Thank you very much for joining at this time of the day. As you know, it's not my usual time to go live. However, I didn't want to post today, so I decided to go live instead. Right. So skills are very important. And as Dwayne joined us, I just remembered something that does have to do with his skill set too. So Dwayne sells things like watches, and he also fix them. So if you have a watch that you want to fix, then Dwayne can do that for you. So that's another thing, buying and selling. Most businesses are made of that model, the model of buying and selling. Some of them can actually make whatever it is that they're selling, so they're basically making it and selling it as opposed to buying and selling. So that's something that I also want you to think about. Think about what is it that the people around you need, and then think about how you can provide it. So the law of supply and demand. Remember to give the video a thumbs up, guys. I'm seeing more watchers than likes. So go ahead and hit the thumbs up icon. Additionally, if you are here and you have not subscribed, go ahead and hit the red subscribe button over here, and remember how my lives are. You're allowed to ask any question, whether about finance, real estate, or anything else that is interesting to you. It could be literally anything at all. Go ahead. We're willing to have a open discussion. Right. So as I was saying, your skill is another great way in which you can make money. So a lot of you are sitting down, you're watching this live now, and right now you might not have a lot of money. Some of you might even be like on your face, broke, but yet you have talents, you have skills, you have something within you that somebody else can use. So it might not be a physical skill, like for example, cutting hair. You might not be a barber, but you might be talented at doing mathematics. So you could use your skill of teaching to make some extra money. So why you sit down broke, especially now with Corona, where children cannot go to school. If you can teach, you can actually make your little flyers, put them up and advertise, get some kids and teach them via Zoom. Get a little whiteboard and teach them via Zoom and collect your money. Yes, that's what we're about in 2021. 2021 is about using your skills to make money, okay? So go ahead and tell me in the comment section what are your skills, and let's talk about how those skills, whatever they are, can help you to make money. Earlier, I told you my example. I like making videos. I am a trained journalist, as I said before. So I figured that since I like to go live on my Instagram, going live on YouTube could be a way of making money, which it is. So once you get to 1,000 subscribers and you have the requisite watch hours, which is 4,000 hours, then YouTube starts to pay. Well, Google pays you through what is called AdSense. So when you're watching the videos and you see the ads, YouTube will pay you through Google AdSense for those ads. So by the way, when if you're on my channel and you see an ad, please to watch the ad so I can get my money. Thank you. Yes. So that is the importance of using your skills to make some extra money. I remember when I was going to university, I started combing hair to make extra money because I saw that there was a need for that and a need for cheaper hairdressing solution, so to speak. So I started to comb hair and collect my money. Yes. So I have somebody joining. His name is Ramar Foster. He said, "Hey Kayla, what did I miss?" All right, Ramar. First of all, thank you for joining. Remember to give the video a thumbs up. I'm talking about using your skills to make money. So I was asking all my subscribers of their for their different skills and telling them ways in which they can use their skills to make money. In this day and age, there is no sense in any one of you who are watching. Yes, you who are watching, there is no sense in you being broke. None whatsoever. Because all of you have skills, you have talents, you have things about you that are different from everybody else, and it can help you to make money. I legit feel like all of us are different for a reason. And the reason we're different is so that we can provide a service that we can actually charge for. For example, some persons are naturally funny. Like they just say something and the entire room erupts in laughter because they are funny. Well, if I try to give a joke, the joke will be that I'm trying to give a joke. You get it? So you can use that to make money. Look at Coffee, for example. Coffee is a reggae artist, right? Her music or her sound is a little different from I think anybody else I've ever heard. We can all agree that Coffee does have a unique sound in the way she sings, right? And Coffee is currently she's about 20 years old, and Coffee is a multimillionaire because of singing, of doing her reggae music. So that is what a talent or a skill does for you that working a 9 to 5 could not. At 20 years old, if Coffee had started working, so she start working at 18, which normal people normally start working at 18 here in Jamaica. And so she was working. She would just have CXC at that time, maybe Cape. So say she start working at, say, a bank as a teller. You think that coffee would be where she is now by working at the bank as a teller? No. So that is what having a skill or a talent and actually using it does for you, right? So Dwayne says, Kayla, does single life work out sometimes? Of course, Dwayne. Of course, single life work out sometimes. There are several benefits of actually. Romar Foster says she's unique. That's why she stand out, hence get paid more than the average worker. Exactly. So you have to find your own uniqueness, your own skills, your own talent, and then tap into that to see how you can make money from it, right? So if you have a unique sense of style, maybe you want to sell clothing, maybe you want to sell accessories, handbag, things that are worn on the body because you're really good at styling and so on. But there's no sense in sitting down on your talent and then get up every day and complain that you are broke. Yeah, there's no sense in that. There's absolutely no sense. Dwayne says, I think it's working out for me now. Okay, Dwayne, that's great. So I see some persons are just joining the live. Thank you very much for joining. Remember to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe by clicking the red button over here if you have not done so already. Remember also to hit the notification bell and do not forget to share the live with a friend or a family and share my channel too. Tell your friends and family about my channel, okay? Don't just enjoy it by yourself, tell them about it too. And additionally, I must remind you, I've been saying for a while now that once I get to 2,000 subscribers, I want to have I want to have a giveaway to my subscribers just to say thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for the support. So, my subscribers decided last week, Sunday, that they wanted the gift to be cashed so that my subscribers in England, Canada, and the other countries can benefit if they win. As opposed to if I have a gift basket, then I might just have to give that to somebody in Jamaica. So I still want you guys to tell me how much money in US you think the giveaway should be. So just type that in the comment section. I have a question though. Moyan Martin. Thank you for joining, by the way, Moyan. Moyan says, Hey Kayla, so what if you have the talent but you have no passion for it? All right, Moyan. Sometimes you have to do what you have to do until you get the flow of it. For example, uh I have found out before that sometimes you're really good at something that you don't like. So, for example, say math might not be my favorite subject for argument's sake, but I really do it well. Then you have to find the middle ground between what is working out for you and what you like. So if you want to do what you like, but it does not make any money, or you want to do what you don't like, but it does make money, then that is all determined by you. I do think passion is important though, as it relates to pursuing something. For example, if you're going to sell clothes, you must at least like clothes or like fashion. I think it would be weird doing something that you really don't have any passion at all for. But then again, you have to decide what pays the bill. And if it's paying the bill well, you're going to have to decide, all right, I'm going to do this because it is going well for me, or I'm just going to stick with my passion that's not really working out. A lot of people love what they do, and that gives them fire and passion to go to work every day because they love what they do. For example, teachers who love to teach, they are fired up about it because they really love doing that. So that improves the way they deliver to the students. You know, all of us have this one teacher in our life that we just did love because they were an excellent, passionate teacher. If you could have learned nothing else in a school, you could always learn in that one person's class. And that's what passion does. But you have to decide if you're going to work with passion or you're just going to work with what pay the bill. The next thing too, remember passion can develop over time, you know. You might not love the job at first or love what you do at first, but over time, you see that you're really good at it and you will build some other skills too. So sometimes when you do what you don't necessarily love, but you have to do it now, it also helps you to build the skills that you'll need for where you are going. For example, with YouTube and me, it's hard to sit here where I am now and talk to my camera. Remember, that although you are typing the questions on the screen, I'm literally just talking to my phone. You understand? Especially, this is good. This is actually better than when I'm filming. When I'm filming, I'm in here by myself and I'm literally talking to the phone. So sometimes it's like, difficult. However, I keep at it and now I'm getting more used to it. When I just started going live, it was so hard because I'm like, oh my God, how do you do this? And I have to stay on here and talk for the whole time. But I'm now used to it, so it's way easier. So Moyan Martin is commenting. Thank you. My name is Tadra Martin, by the way. I need to subscribe. Yes, Tadra, please subscribe. Your name is coming up as Moyan Martin. Gizzy J says, hey Kay, hi, thank you so much for joining. Guys who have just joined, remember to give the video a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe. The subscribe button is somewhere over here. So just go down there. You see the red subscribe button, just click it. And also click the bell icon so that whenever I post a video or whenever I go live, you will get a notification on your smartphone. Okay? All right, I have another question though, and remember to keep asking your questions in the comment section. Artwork Fly says, which investment bank is the best? I want to join one with compound interest, if that is what it is called. Okay, so you want to do an investment, and you want to know which bank is the best to join. All right, it depends on what type of investment. Are you talking about stocks? Are you talking about bonds? Are you talking about fixed deposits? Are you talking about mutual funds? It depends on what you want to do. So if you are interested in stocks and bonds, though, here in Jamaica, I would advise you to seek advice from Barita. Barita is really good at what they do, as well as Proven. Proven is also good with what they do. As it relates to um, investment in terms of saving, maybe fixed deposits or so on, I would recommend that you approach financial institutions, not the commercial banks, though. So the commercial banks are pretty hard to get around because their interest rates are lower and they are geared toward persons who are really already wealthy, right? But if you are trying to build wealth, I recommend that you go to financial institutions, but not the commercial banks. With the only exception being JMMB. JMMB has recently become a commercial bank, but I find that they do have some better programs than some of the other banks. I have more questions. Let me know if that sufficiently answers your question, Artwork Fly. Uh, Romar Foster says, like the finance, the money talk. You are welcome, Romar, and thank you for watching. Guys, remember to like the video. Remember to like the video. Don't just watch, hit the like button. Gizzy J says, do what gets you paid and use the money by asset. That's my advice. LOL. Yes, Gizzy J, sometimes you definitely do have to do what gets you paid. I'm not saying though, if you're at a job and you terribly hate it, that you should continue to do that job despite everything, because your happiness is important and it don't make no sense in the morning you wake up and you are so depressed because you have to go to work. That makes no sense. However, sometimes you do have to do what you have to do to pay the bills, because we're adults out here in these streets and there will be nobody coming to pay your bills if you don't pay them. So sometimes you have to face the little discomfort until you can really do what you want to do. I remember Steve Harvey, for example, he's wealthy now. And he does say that when he started out as a comedian and he was not making a lot of money. But he kept at it, kept at it, kept at it. See, now he has his own big show and he's making the type of money that he wants to make doing what he loves to do, and he's the boss. I have more questions. Uh, Gizzy Jay says, Morita, check it out. Yes, definitely. Proven wealth is good too. Moyan Martin says, I guess this is Tajra, says financial institutions such as, okay, so for example, VMBS, JMMB, uh, JN, and so on. Shanali B says credit card payment. What about credit card payment? Do you want to know about Shanali? While I wait on Shanali to tell me exactly what you want to know about credit card payments, I'm just going to remind you of my program schedule, which is on Sundays at 6 p.m. I go live on Sundays at 6 p.m. So if you're watching this live today, join me live again on Sunday at 6 p.m. That's where I really have a fulsome discussion on finance matters and real estate stuff, plus any other thing that you want to talk about. And I post a video every Friday at 3 p.m. Today, I decided not to post the video that I had prepared for you because I don't like it. So that is why I am now live, because I still have to keep my promise to you that I'll be here at 3. So it's 3 every Friday and 6 every Sunday. I have some more questions. Chanel B, I'm waiting on you to tell me exactly what you want to know about credit card payment. But what I can tell you while I do wait on you, though, Chanel, and I'm reminding people to like the live, hit the like button, please, and subscribe over here. Yes, credit cards. So if you're on here and you have a credit card, I want you to remember two things first and foremost. So a credit card is not for everybody. If you don't need a credit card and if you don't have good financial skills, I would recommend that you actually stay away from getting a credit card. However, if you do have a credit card, these are the two things that I want you to remember. On time, in full. Those two things. If you master that with a credit card, you're going to have good credit score because it's going to actually help you to build your credit score. So what does on time and in full mean? So with your credit card, you do have a monthly payment, which your credit card is basically like a loan. So every month you're required to pay on that loan. At the end of the month, or on your due on or before your due date, I want you to remember, one, pay on time and pay the full amount of the money. Reason why I say pay the full amount of the money, you are probably one of the persons who pay 80% of what you owe on your credit card. You probably pay 70, 60, whatever percent come to your mind. But what the bank does, it charges you for the full amount of interest rate as if you never pay cent. So you see, if you don't pay all of your balance, you're actually wasting your own time because they're going to charge you for the 100% of the money that you borrowed. And I know that in Jamaica, some credit cards actually rack up interest rates that are actually like 40%. So if you borrow $100,000, if you use $100,000 on your credit card, you don't pay the bill, you have $140,000 to pay at the end of the month. That don't make no sense. It's really best if you had just waited and wait till you could afford to make the purchase. Remember to like the videos. I see some persons joining, so I'm just going to jump into the comment section. I was answering Chanel B's question. Just quickly ask your question if you're just joining. If you're just joining, also remember to give the video a thumbs up and to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, just hit the red word that says subscribe over here and leave a comment, ask your questions. Or just leave a comment. If you want to just say hi, you can do that. Maybe you don't have a question, you can just say hi. So I'm going back into the comment section. Let me use the other phone to see what you guys are saying. So Chanel B had commented and says approaching in paying it. Okay. So although I didn't see your question, Chanel, before I attempted to answer, that's really what I was answering a while ago. Moya and Martin, this is Tadra. Tadra says, okay, thank you. Gizzy J says, what are the ways to force your way out of poverty? Gizzy, Gizzy, that's a very good question. What are the ways to force your way out of poverty? I think one of the first things you want to look at if you plan to get out of poverty, Gizzy, is looking at your family. Looking at your family and making an assessment of what caused them to be poor in the first place, right? So, one of the things that you might notice with your family is that assets are not being passed down. So you have grandparents who did have car, who have house, and when them dead, people are left to fight over it because they've never put nothing in place. So that's one of the first things that you have to look at. Your family structure, what caused the family to be poor. The next thing with your family that you have to look at is spending habits. If everybody in the family loves spend, them just love spend, love spend, love spend, that could be a part of why you're in the place where you are. Or if you have a business, if your family has a business and them now run the business good, then take the profit and smoke it out or do stupid things with it. They spend money from the business, they don't reinvest into the business. Those are things that you have to look at if you want to break your way out of poverty. So you have to look at your own spending IQ, find out if you're financially intelligent, and try to build your financial literacy. So understand how money works. For example, if I give you $1,000 right now, when I was growing up, my mother always tell me, when you get money, try not to spend all the whole of the money same time. So my mother would actually give me money, and sometimes she would take me to the bank and I put the money in the bank so I know what it feels like to save. Are you a saver? Are you an investor? What you do with money when you get money? Those are some of the things that you can look at if you are thinking about breaking your way out of poverty. Because if you answer yes to you get $1,000 and you spend the whole $1,000, then that is something that you could look at how you can change patterns within yourself that your family has so that you can become better at managing your money. And that is where wealth really starts. Wealth starts at learning how to manage the little that you have. If you currently have, say you earn $100,000 monthly now, and when the month ends, you just can't wait till payday come because you are so broke. Then it means that you do have an issue as it relates to managing your money. So if you can't manage $100,000, when you get $1 million, more than likely you're not going to be able to manage it either. Because actually, the more money that you get, the more likelihood of you increasing your lifestyle, so it becomes harder to manage. I see some persons are just joining. Thank you for joining my impromptu live. And remember to hit the thumbs up button. That's very important to me. It tells me if you are interested in the video that I'm doing or not. So if you don't hit the thumbs up, it means that my videos will be about another topic because I haven't found what you are interested in. So if you are interested in the video, when you click the thumbs up, that's what it tells me. Communicates to me your interest. I have a whole heap of questions in the comment section though. So let me just go back down in there and see who else I can provide an answer for. And if you do have a question, please go ahead and ask your question. Uh, Gizzy, please let me know if my answer for your question was sufficient and if you understand what I'm talking about. Uh, VN Mac, WN Mac, we're always calling you VN. WN Mac says, hi, is this a surprise call? Yes, it's kind of a surprise call. WN actually decided to go live last night because I didn't want to post the video that I had made for today. So I decided that I can't disappoint by not posting at the scheduled time. So if I'm not posting, I have no other option but to go live. So that's why I'm live. For the persons wondering what we're talking about, I normally go live on a Sunday at 6 p.m. So that's why VN is asking about that. Artwork Fly says, okay, thank you. You are welcome, and I hope that my answer was sufficient. VN Max says, thought you only come on here on Sundays. Yes, I just explained, WN rather. I just explained what that is all about. Um, Tajra Martin says, oh my, referring to the interest rate on credit cards. Colleyville says, K, that point re interest rate you just made, is that why there are so many micro lenders around? Possibly. So you as the consumer, you just have to be smart at all times. If you don't need to have a credit card, as I said before, there's no need for you to have one. And remember, not because you have a credit card mean that you have to use it. You can actually keep your credit card for emergencies. Like you might keep your credit card so you don't get up and use it every day. You just use it when you have an emergency. The recommended way though to treat with an emergency is to make an emergency fund. But if you want to have a credit card until you get your emergency fund together, that's an option. But remember, it's not something that you're supposed to be spending from on a daily basis. But if you don't have the discipline, just don't get it because it's very tempting. Especially for those of us who shop on Amazon, having a credit card is very tempting because then you could just go online and purchase stuff from your credit card with no issues whatsoever. So if you are not frugal, you might want to leave credit cards alone for a little bit until you build your financial muscles and you become better at managing your own money. For the persons who are just joining, we're talking about ways in which you can make money. And I ended up talking about managing money because, well, we're just talking about money in general. So anything at all that you want to know about money, let's just talk about it. I feel like in this society, people talk a lot about spending money. For example, with the celebrities, they're always showing off Birkin bags and Louis Vuitton and Louis Vuitton and all sorts of name brand, Gucci, Prada, you name it, Fendi, all of the big brands. But they rarely talk about how to properly manage your money. So that's what we are ventilating today. And remember, not only do you have to talk about money if that's not what you want to talk about, but you can also ask your questions. So Gizzy J says, yeah, I understand what you are saying. Okay, so that individual had asked a question earlier and I had provided an answer to it. So they are saying that they understand. Yeah, so what else do you want to talk about money? And just a reminder once more, just a reminder, wherever you are in the world watching this, remember that we're in the middle of a pandemic. We are in the middle of a pandemic. So please try your best to wear your mask. Try your best to wash your hands or sanitize if that becomes necessary, or as much as it is necessary, rather. Try your best to keep yourself distant from other persons, especially strangers, and try your best just to avoid becoming ill with the coronavirus. For some persons, it's not as bad, but for other persons are out here dying from coronavirus. So please be careful. I have one more question. Tajra Martin, you'll see her name coming up as Moyan Martin says, so Kayla, what percentage of your monthly salary do you recommend for saving? All right, so this is a good time to talk about the book Richest Man in Babylon. That book is a very good book for persons who are interested in finances to read. So it talks about investing to gain wealth. And it starts off by recommending that person save at least 10% of their salary on a monthly basis. So those of you who go to church, you know that you have to pay 10% of your salary as tithes. So with saving, that book treats it the same way. 10% of your money is supposed to go into saving. What I recommend is that you start off with saving 10% of your salary and then you try to up it by 5% over time. So, for example, if you are getting paid $100,000 per month, right? You are going to try to save 10%, which would be $10,000 per month. So, say you save $10,000 every month. After a while, it becomes like common nature for you to save that amount. So, what you're now going to try to do is to increase the amount by 5%. So, maybe at the 6 month, you can try to save $15,000 instead, which is 15% of the money. And then over time, maybe at a year, you can try to save 20% and try to go as far as possible up to 30%. That's a good place to be saving 30% of your salary. Dwayne, yes, I know that my bottle is very big today. Have to stay hydrated when you live in the tropics. It's very hot out here. Um, Reading for more questions. Gizzy J says, yeah, credit card is not for uneducated. Trust me, you can mess up your credit score. Yes, Gizzy, you definitely can. Artwork Fly says, I hear a couple of times that it is best to build your credit score for when you are ready to buy a house or land using a loan. Yes, but you don't necessarily have to have a credit card to build your score. If you do borrow a regular loan, that does help to build your credit score depending on how you repay that loan. So if you have a loan now, try to repay the loan on time and in full. And one more recommendations that the banks themselves don't tell you. If you have a loan, say for example, you have a car loan and it is salary deducted. So you have a car loan, so the car loan is 40,000 per month, and that money is deducted from your salary. What you want to do is put 50, say the loan is 40,000, put 40,000 into the feeder account and let that money stay there in case there is a month when the company that you're working for sends over the money late. Because if they do send the money over late, you have no control over it, because your company is paying before you get paid. But if they do send the money over late, that does negatively affect your credit score. So that's one of the things that you can do to help better your credit score for persons who do have a loan. Checking for more questions. VN Max says, I save 70%. He saves 70% of his salary. That is very good, VN Mac. But always go back into it. So I end up saving 50%. Okay, that is very good, VN Mac. WN Mac. Dwayne says, Kayla, your water bottle big though. Good girl. Mine, you're finished. Okay. Gizzy J says, I want to get to where I am saving 50 to 80% of my salary. Gizzy, that is very ambitious and that's very good. Shanley B says, so when we use PayPal, we have to pay a charge. Do we pay charges when we use Pioneer as well? Um, Shanley B, I guess you are in another country. Tell me which country you're in. I don't use PayPal or Pioneer, so I really can't tell you. But remember that you don't necessarily have to use those payment methods. You can use your Visa debit or your What's the other one called? Mastercard. All right, so I'm waiting on you to tell me what else you want to talk about money. You're in Jamaica, Chanel B? Okay. Yeah, I don't use PayPal, so I'd have to find out for you and tell you in another video. However, guys, just a quick reminder, I just want to
remind you to go ahead. My earphone just died. I just want to remind you.
go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. Give the video a thumbs up. Give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe over here if you haven't done so, and hit the notification bell so that you can get notifications whenever I post. I'm seeing that I have some more questions, so let me just hurry up and answer them. Romar saying I went around his question. No, I didn't. I just didn't see it. Can you just retype the question or copy and paste it back in the comment section? Let me see. Uh, the WN Max says, when you pay more into NHT, is it true that you will get additional points? You can't pay more to get the points. You get the points over time. So as the year goes by, you get your points every 52 weeks, which is equivalent to 1 year. So at the end of every year, you get 20 points. For persons who are low income earners, they do get a little more points than regular persons, just to bump them up and to increase their accessibility to owning real estate. Coleyville says another way to save is to be in. Uh, Coleyville says another way to save is to be in a polygamous relationship, in my opinion. Lord, if you ain't busy, come here. All right, Coleyville, I hear you. Ramar Foster says, Kayla, you go around me question, LOL. Okay, so he's re-asking the question here. I honestly didn't see it. He says, say I just received a credit card. When does the scoring begin? Say, for example, I apply for a loan a month after. Does my score come into effect after a month on receiving and using the credit card? Yes, after the first payment is due, then yes, that can affect your credit score. Once the first payment is due, whatever you do up to the last minute of the due date will affect your credit score. So you just want to go ahead and repay on time and in full. WN Max says, also, is it true that when a NHD mortgager dies, the payment stop? Yes, that is true. Romar Foster says, okay, thanks. Thanks very much. You are welcome, Romar. All right, guys. So I just hit 1 hour with you all. So I need you to do me a favor now. I need you who have not hit the like button, go ahead and hit the like button. Okay? The little like button. Where is it on your screen? I think it's over this side on your screen. Yes, go ahead and hit the little thumb that looks like this. Hit it, hit it, hit it. Okay? It's very important to me that you do that. It indicates to me if you like the type of content that I'm creating so that I can know if that is the avenue I should go or if I should change my topics. I have more questions. Gizzy J is asking, I wish the music industry. Oh, you wish they had investments as it relates to the music industry. Yeah, that's true. Especially as it relates to reggae. Reggae is really a giant. Right, so I hit an hour. So I'm basically Wrapping up now. So if there's somebody here who wants to ask a question who didn't get the chance, this is your final 5 minutes. So go ahead and ask those questions now. WN Max says, I'm sure I read on the NHG site that additional points are awarded if you work over a certain amount. No, if you work below a certain amount, you get additional points. Gizzy J says, let's talk about bad debt. Okay, so what you want to talk about bad debt? So the first thing about bad debt is it ruins your credit score. So if you want to not be able to ever get a loan, have bad debt. So you want to talk about paying them off quickly. Okay. So another one of the great ways of paying off bad debt quickly is to use the baby step method that is taught by American financial advisor Dave Ramsey. So the baby step method is a program that helps you to pay off debt on time, or to pay off debt quickly rather, as also to get out of debt, because paying off debt is one thing, and some people have actually borrowed a loan to pay off a loan. So when you are thinking about getting out of debt, it's also great to think about how you're going to maintain that position, right? So you want to watch, I did a video on it, a fulsome video on everything that has to do with paying off debt, how to get out of debt. I call it baby steps. I think Dave Ramsey baby step program. It's on my channel. So once the live ends, who was asking? Once the live ends, who asked that question? Gizzy. I think it's Gizzy. Gizzy. Once the live ends, you can go ahead and watch that video, and it will help you from scratch, from baby stages. It will walk you through all of the steps. So you can just follow that. Or if someone else wants to know, you can share it with them. Gizzy says, and how to, yeah, I read that already. So Roro says, hey Kayla, what's up? Just tuning in. Hi Roro, thanks for joining. I am talking about money today. Everything concerning money. That's what we're talking about today, Roro. Thanks for joining. Coliville says, Kay, you missed my last question. Can you just go ahead and ask the question again? I'm getting a lot of questions now, so it's like hard to see all of them. And then I do have somebody to read them out for me or check on another device. So yeah. Johan Thomas says, hey Kayla. Hi, Miss Joanne. Thank you very much for joining my live. So, for all the new persons who are just coming on today, we're talking about money. And I just want to remind you to give the video a thumbs up. The thumbs up icon is right over here. So, it looks like this. Just click it, okay? It says to me that you like the type of content I'm producing, so I can know that I need to produce more of that type of content. Okay, so go ahead and like the video. Additionally, if you are on here watching now and you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button over here, so that you can be a part of the Future Millionaire family. I call my subscribers Future Millionaire for a reason. That's what I'm speaking over your life. And I want you to receive it by simply clicking the subscribe button over here, so that I can continue to remind you of what the journey is about, and we can continue to work on getting to future millionaire position sooner than later. Anyhow, I've been on here for an hour. As you know, most of my life I try to go for an hour. I usually go over an hour when persons are asking questions. But once the questions stop, I assume that my service is done, finito, so I can just go off live. So if you don't want me to go, just keep asking questions. And when you're ready for me to go, you just go ahead and stop asking questions. So Coliville says, basically what I was saying was that You can read my comment as if to say I was promoting polygamy. No, I didn't read it as if to say you are promoting anything. I just read it and said, okay. Yes, I understand what you're saying. And I'm sure my subscribers understand my other subscribers understand what you're saying too. Yes. So, no, I'm not reading it as if to say you're promoting anything. And furthermore, even if that's what you're promoting, that's up to you. It's a free world, isn't it? So that would not be a problem to me, right? That would not be a problem to me. All right, let me see if I have any more questions. Okay, Coleyville is saying, what I was saying was the opposite. Being in a monogamous relationship allows for the shared cost of living, which brings down the individual's marginal cost of living. Okay, Coleyville, thank you for that clarification. And also remember, guys, that whatever your opinions are about a matter, it really doesn't bother me. That is why most of my videos, as it relates to my lives, are called Ask Me Anything Live, because everybody is entitled to their own opinion. On this channel, you are free to talk about whatever it is that you want to talk about, okay? Let me see if I have any more questions. All right, I think that's it for the questions. Yes, I don't think I'm seeing any more questions. So, subscribers, future millionaires, as I called you, thank you so much for watching my live stream, my impromptu live stream. And remember to give the video a thumbs up, share the video with a friend, and also, if you haven't done so already, hit the red subscribe button over here. Remember, my program schedule is I post a video on a Friday at 3 p.m. and I go live on Sundays at 6 p.m. I went live today at my 3 o'clock posting time because I really didn't want to post the video that I made. I didn't like it. So I decided to go live instead because, of course, I have to keep you up to date. So, thank you for spending a part of your afternoon with me. And remember that when I go live, you're free to ask any questions, and you're free to ask any questions under any one of my videos also. For persons who want to learn about anything finance or real estate related, this is the channel for you. So just click the subscribe button so you don't miss another notification. Thanks very much for spending a part of your afternoon with me. And until Sunday at 6 p.m., stay financially literate. Bye bye.